Hey everyone and welcome back. So doing a news video today. I was actually originally going to do sort of a multi-video with some news and some pickups, but actually I did get notice that a couple other things have shipped and they should be in actually sort of early next week, and I was like, you know what, I'll just keep this strictly to news and do a new pickups video next week. In fact, I still need to finish editing my last pickups video. That is long overdue. But as far as news goes, there's actually a couple sales going on, a couple announcements, so let's just dive right into it. So first up, from the Film Detective, coming March 8th, is the movie Monster from Green Hell from 1957. And what's great about them is that they're sort of restoring a lot of older films that, you know, it's like no one else is restoring, and a lot of them were shot on film stocks that are degrading very quickly. So it's nice to know a lot of these films are getting restored by them. And it does actually come with a couple of special features. So first off, it is getting a brand new 4K restoration of the film, and it's going to be presented in two aspect ratios. One 1.33 to 1, so that's more 35mm, it's sort of a little bit more of the square, and then 1.85 to 1, which is obviously more widescreen. Now, the interesting thing about this, the reason why sometimes this is done with films during that time, is that you actually had films that were filmed for both. Now, 1.85 to 1, for example, is very common where it's just matted at the top of the bottom. Now, those are areas that you're not meant to see, so sometimes if you see a full frame version that was not meant to be full frame, you'll see like the microphone at the top or something that's you're not supposed to be seeing because that's supposed to be matted out in the widescreen. But at that time, you had a lot of competition going on between movies and television. So what would happen is widescreen was sort of like the rave, because I could say, look at this big wide image. You can't get that at home on your small TV. But for a lot of films, they were still filming them in the original 1.33 to 1. So what they would do is actually have that and also have a 1.85 version for certain theaters, depending on the type of theaters, because older theaters still weren't equipped for widescreen presentation. So it's cool that they're actually offering both versions of the film that way. Just a little film history for you on that real quick. And it does come with an audio commentary and 2 interviews, including Missouri Born, the films of Jim Davis, an all-new career retrospective with author film historian C. Courtney Joyner, new commentary track with artist-author Stephen R. Bissett, and The Men Behind the Monsters, an essay by author Don Stradley featured in a full-color booklet. And again, that is coming March 8th. And next up, coming from Full Moon on June 7th, is the film Giallo in Venice, aka Gore in Venice. And that's been remastered from best available elements. It is the full uncut version. Now, what I don't know is whether or not it's actually the same transfer that was done for the Scorpion releasing version that came out like 4 years ago. Now, the interesting thing about this, though, is the fact that that Scorpion releasing one was so limited, it sold out fast, and I think they actually did eventually do a second pressing of it. And it's a pretty good film, too. I remember, like, at the time, like, a lot of us were just like trying to get a copy of this film, is because I think it became infamous so fast just because it did sell out so quickly. So it's actually kind of nice that it is coming back out. And again, that's coming from Full Moon and for June 7th. And next up, Shout Factory has announced 2 more exclusive titles coming on February 22nd. So first up is the film Blood of the Vampire. And this is getting a new restoration from the uncensored version in the original vault materials, and it is limited to 1,500 copies. And the other exclusive, which is also limited to 1,500 copies, is the film Communion, which is one I'm very excited about. I've been waiting for a Blu-ray release of this for a long time. Wasn't sure if maybe Synapse was going to do it, because if I remember correctly, I think Synapse had put out the oh wait, that wasn't Synapse. Was that Elite? Put out DVD like way back when. That's been sort of missing for a long time, so glad this is finally coming out on Blu-ray, even if it is limited. And it does look like it's porting over some of the special features that I believe were on that DVD, which includes a commentary track with director Felipe Mora and William J. Burns, publisher of UFO Magazine, an audio commentary track with just Felipe Mora, or is it Felipe Mora? Philippe Mora? Is it even Mora? Am I pronouncing this completely wrong? Outtakes, behind the scenes footage, as well as theatrical trailers. So definitely had to get my order in for that. So super excited for that one. And again, both films are due out February 22nd. And speaking of Scream Factory, of course, they have a sale going on this week, which goes through Monday the 14th. And they have several titles that are around 40% off. And they're calling it Love is in the Scare sale. So a couple ones there that are decently priced. I actually missed out on Return to Salem's Lot, so I decided to go ahead and order that along with the 2 limited edition pre-orders. And again, that sale is going through Monday the 14th, and another sale also going on this weekend over at Full Moon which is their Valentine's Day sale that they do every year. And there's a lot of good stuff off that's like 50% off, including their big replica figures. If you're looking for those are half off. There's a lot of Blu-rays, box sets, and collectibles, and one of which is up for sale, which I would recommend if you don't have any of them. I actually got this, was it last year or 2 years ago? God, I'm blanking at this point. Is the Puppet Master, the big Puppet Master box set, which I was actually very surprised when I got it. I really, really like it. I think it's actually a cool box set to get. And again, it's half off, so it is $125 right now as opposed to $250, which I think is actually a good price considering all the movies you get in that box set. And then finally, the other sale going on this weekend, including some new announcements, is going on over at Vinegar Syndrome. So they obviously have a lot of their Peakorama titles. They're all, I believe all of them are 50% off, as well as a couple of new adult titles from some of their partner labels that are up for sale as well. Some new merch as well. There's a couple t-shirts here and some pins. But specifically, they do have actually 3 new movies. One movie that has been out for a while, but you can get a slipcover for, and that is the movie Corruption. It is the same release for before, but if you didn't get it, you can get it now, or you can just get the slipcover. And then the new film in their Peakorama line, which is new for this month on Blu-ray, and it's a double feature disc. It looks like 2 French adult films. And let's see, I don't think I can pronounce it. Should I try and pronounce it? I'll try and pronounce them. I'll probably butcher them, but I'll try. First one is actually sort of like a more horror-related one, and it's called Dragoose. Yeah, maybe. And that is the full uncut version, which considering it's an adult title, I can't imagine why it was cut originally, but I guess it was. And then the other one, let's see if I can do this. Les Bijoux d'Amour. Yeah, kind of, maybe. And that is making its Blu-ray debut. And then the next 2 titles are actually 4K titles. Now, the first one is a Peakorama 4K title, but it's actually sort of a horror one, and it's called Dracula Sucks. So it's actually a horror adult title, and it looks like it's got sort of a who's who of anybody who was big in the for back in 1979. And again, it's a new 4K release, transferred from the original camera negative, and it comes with just like a slew of extras, including an alternate version of the film called Lust at First Bite, an alternate feature-length edit containing 40+ minutes of alternate footage, which actually sounds pretty interesting. And then finally, the last 4K title, which is actually a horror title, and this is the one that they were teasing about, and it's a 4K release of Madman. Now, they'd released that on Blu-ray originally, like 2-3 years ago, I think, and it's finally getting a 4K release, and it looks like it's actually porting over the extras from the Blu-ray, but it does actually have a new interview with actress Galen Ross, who's in the film, who some of you may know is also in Dawn of the Dead. And all these are up for sale right now at vinegarsyndrome.com during their sale. And for those of you who are subscribers like me, these titles are not included, so you do have to be mindful of that. But the new titles you do, if you use their code, you do get half off. But just a heads up on that. So definitely a lot going on this weekend with sales, and I'm sure a bunch of other stuff. I mean, with Valentine's Day, I'm sure some of us are even kind of busy. I know this week alone has been just kind of hectic for me for other reasons, just because between work and just like things. So I've gotten behind in a lot of stuff. And the new pickups video, now I still need to finish editing the old pickups video, but I do have a new one obviously coming up. And I also want to have a review coming up soon, because I did finally get in as a little teaser the infamous film The Fama, finally. So it's actually in my possession, so I haven't even opened it yet, so I do definitely want to watch it and do a full review for you guys. So that's it for this news video. Just want to give you guys a heads up on everything coming out, everything that is out, and all these sales going on this weekend. There's probably more that I'm not even aware of. So as always, definitely let me know what you think. I know I still have a lot of comments to respond to. I'm so sorry I've gotten behind in those. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.